Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Kalkine TV and the ASX 200 for breakfast. This is Sage. The ASX 200 is to open higher. AGL Cochlear results are ahead. And the Australian shares are expected to rise in the last day of the trading week following modest gains on Wall Street amid ongoing focus on corporate results. However, muted iron ore prices are likely to weigh on domestic miners. The Australian share market dropped 0.21% at Thursday's close, snapping the three-day winning streak. Although it was a big day for earnings, the ASX shed for the first time this week on Thursday. The ASX 200 is set to open 10 points or 0.15% higher on Friday, according to the latest SPI futures. On Thursday, the benchmark index closed 0.2% lower at 7,112.8 points. Meanwhile, AGL, Cleanaway, Cochlear, Inghams, Latitude, Newcrest, Stockland and TPG Telecom are a few of the ASX-listed firms which are scheduled to announce their financial results today. In the US, the Dow Jones rose 0.055%, the S&P 500 gained 0.23% and the Nasdaq ended 0.21% higher. From the US data, unemployment claims benefits or initial jobless claims were down 2,000 to a downwardly revised 250,000 in the past week. Existing home sales also declined 5.9% in July to a 4.81 million annualised rate. Over to Europe, the Stoxx 50 advanced 0.6%, the FTSE rose 0.4%, the CAC gained 0.5% and the DAX ended 0.5% higher. MSCI's benchmark for global equity markets declined 1.82% to 642.57. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan slipped 1.1%. And looking at the bond yields, US Treasury yields rose on Thursday after data revealed that inflation rose last month. The yields on the 10-year US Treasury note surged 2.88%. On the other hand, the US dollar index was last up 0.71% at 107.39 after reaching 107.57. And the oil prices have risen. Oil prices rose as positive US economic data and strong US fuel consumption countered fears that slowing economic growth in other countries could hit demand. The Brent futures soared 3.1% to settle at $96.59 a barrel. WTI crude rose 2.7% to end at $90.50. And following suit, gold prices surged. Gold prices surged on Thursday, supported by a dip in Treasury yields. However, gains were capped by a firmer dollar. The spot gold prices rose 0.16% to reach US $1,843.31 an ounce, and the US gold futures settled up 0.5% to reach $1,850.30 an ounce. However, looking at the metals, iron ore slips. The Dalian iron ore fell, weighed by concerns about weak steel demand and surging supply in China. Iron ore's most traded January 2023 contract on China's Dalian Commodity Exchange declined as much as 4.3% to 676.50 yuan. In US dollars, it's $99.60 a tonne. Now let's take a look at some of the announcements on the ASX today. Jade Gas Holdings released to the press. Jade, known as JGH on the ASX, has expanded its permit footprint in Mongolia after securing a prospecting agreement permit over the Baruan Naran coal field with the joint venture partner Kalkine Exploration LLC, a subsidiary of Mongolia Mining Corporation, a public company listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. APA Group, another leading gas explorer, has released today after an APA-initiated independent review of payroll that system errors for payroll have been identified relating to 7 enterprise agreements, which has resulted in payment errors to employees over a 7-year period. APA has commenced a process to rectify the errors for those employees affected and will include a provision of $32 million in its financial statements for the year ended 30th June 2022. The company has apologised profusely. Mayne Pharma Group Limited on the ASX's MYX has announced that the Chief Executive Officer, Scott Richards, intends to retire following an executive board decision to base the company's CEO in the US permanently. And Mr. Richards has been with Mayne Pharma since February 2012, spending more than 10 years in the role of CEO, including the last 5 years based in the US on a temporary basis. However, he's unable to commit to the permanent position in the US and will continue his role as CEO while the board completes its handover. Before we close, let's take a look at Bitcoin, which nearly rose 14% after the Tesla chief Elon Musk tagged the cryptocurrency in his Twitter biography. The price of Bitcoin this morning, though, is close to 23,225, being down about 0.60%, and Ethereum is at 1,849, being up 0.75% after crossing the 2,000 psychological level earlier this week. Plenty going on in the crypto space to keep you watching. Thank you so much for watching this report and the ASX Stocks for Breakfast. Hope the day in trading goes well. Please stay tuned. We have more market insights and expert talks coming your way. Sage signing off for now.